Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is the 212A, it's the Tier 9 Soviet SPG. This one's located on the eastbourne of Malinovka, and it's under the command of Oksydor. Yes, our local streamer with 3 marks on his barrel is playing on the Malinovka map. Now you can see a huge Polish flag on the side of his vehicle, and that's because he's Polish. In fact, actually, he's brought a lot of Polish players over to What Arty Noobs because they recognise that not only can they get great help and assistance out of the other players in What Arty Noobs, but they can also get videos up on our channel, and we're happy to do them as well, especially when they get good ones like this. 212A was supposed to be built on the KV-220 hull, so it's a tier 7 hull, but it's a tier 5 heavy tank, and it was supposed to have the big V4 howitzer, which is what we've got loaded on this one, 203 millimeters, 900 alpha, 52 millimeters of pen, and just under 11 meters burst radius with a stun duration of 12.6, and he's aiming for the spotting bush. I always put a shell in there because you never know who you're going to get, and it's usually somebody who thinks that they're invulnerable, and they usually get taken out of the game fairly quickly the moment they get stunned in the bush. Now he's holding off firing for the moment. I'm wondering if he's trying to work out if his teammates are getting hit, and it doesn't appear that they are getting hit, so maybe there isn't a tank in there. Now he's got 40 rounds of ammunition to play with, which is a lot actually for a tier 9. He's now looking up on top of the hill because he's anticipating the enemy tanks getting up here, and he can harass them and enable his teammates to take advantage of his shell fire. He's looking for them. There they are. TNH 105 1000's first one rounds out, and a lovely hit. 362, and look at the stun assist, it's really going in. He hit a tank that was spotted by his teammates, and that guy got taken out very, very quickly, which means he picks up all the stun assist off it. Now that E100 turned to fire in a different direction, but it's these guys I think we're more interested in, and if he's loaded in time, it's a 40.27 seconds reload time, 28.35 is his actual. Oh my god, look at the damage he did there. I think we want to see that one again because he looked away as soon as he fired, and we want to actually see what he actually did because that's what's important to us. Okay, so he's adjusting his fire. Okay, he's loaded. Rounds out. Oh, it went in and hit the E100 for 378. Now, he probably stunned most of the guys. Yes, he did. Look at that. The Lerva got stunned. The E100 got stunned. The Striv K got stunned. Massive opportunities for damage assist here. In fact, he could use the premium HE round to actually do more damage to them. But instead, I think good decision to actually stay with the standard HE and get those rounds into the target. He fires in. And yet again, 228 this time to the Wizzy 111 Model 14, and he did look away after he shot, but we'll forgive him that so long as he looks back towards the target. I'll keep control of the camera, and that way we get to see where he actually landed the shell. Okay, E100s don't appear to be working together, but he's marked the target. That's good, very good play. As you mark the target like that, it tells your teammate where the shell's going. And look at that, he's picked up stun assist straight away. 505 off the other E100. And there goes one of them. And he's still picked up stun assist off that one. He's now looking at these guys as they pull back. I'm taking control of the camera just so we can keep up with the battle. He's marked the E100. Again, mark them before you shoot and afterwards. Rounds out, looks good. Oh, right into the Lerva, and he stunned a lot of them. And there's loads of stun assists coming out of this. Shows how effective it can be. You just pour the shells in. The enemy, well, they can't keep up with it. And every bit of damage the enemy takes, you're picking up something out of it. Even if you're not the person who actually fired, because you stun them all. He's loaded, he's ready, he's dialing in, and rounds out. Well, that one went long to the left, but he still stunned a little bit, and he got the stun assist. Now, it's forcing these enemy now to change their tactics to a certain extent, because we've got that E100 there. I was just having a quick look behind, and they just lost their Wizzy 111, and that's just the E100 left. And in fact, now we're looking at the Striv K as he's retreating down the battlefield, looking in that general direction. Oh, we got the kill! I think we want to see that one again. How the hell did that one get it? I hope you don't mind me doing the instant replays, but it really does make a difference when you suddenly see how somebody pulled off a kill. It's almost a miracle kill. Yeah, he sees that Striv K pulling back down this way, fires the round in. Oh! It was a direct hit. It eradicated that Striv K, took him out of the game. So he's only used 7 rounds of ammunition so far, but he's yielded over 2,000 hit points of actual damage and 3,000 of stun assist. And the enemy are now down by 8 tanks in total. No, 7 tanks now. They managed to get 1 back. They took out our E50. But there are some enemy tanks in that general area. Oh, trees going down. So we know somebody is backing away down this area here. And they're knocking the trees over as they go. And that probably stunned the ones that were there. Okay, looking over to this side, we can see a 53 TP back near their enemy cap area. And he's taking fire. He's gone. They're in a kind of pincer movement now because our guys are coming up from the lake, or not from the lake, from the south side of the map. And they're making their way north. Firing another one into that general area. Our guys are getting really close now. So yep, there's the 69, there's the M53, M55. They don't survive very long. And we did actually stun the gorilla, and he probably got some damage off the gorilla as well. He's gone. There's only 2 enemies left. The charioteer is set alight and gone, and that means there's only the Object 907. Where is he? He must be somewhere in this corner. Let's hope that Oksydor can get a shot in on that last enemy. Oh, he was close. He was close. And there's the kill shot that wins the game.
Your assistance has been requested.
What a great game. Whenever I get a game like this where you're actually directing the enemy fire onto the enemy tanks by telling your teammates which ones you're going for, and they all fire at the same target at the same time, you feel like the general commanding the battle, the entire battle, because you're basically telling your teammates, hit that target, hit this target. And it feels very, very satisfying, especially if you can then wipe out the enemy team so quickly. Oksydor had a major part in winning that battle. He got an ace tanker in the 212A for getting a huge amount of damage. He also got a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. In fact, he got 10. And he got a Confederate as well for hitting more of the enemy than anyone else on his team. His win rate was 2815. But don't let that fool you, because he did get a lot of damage and basically directed the battle. The highest damage in the game went to the AMX M454, who didn't get a high caliber, but he did get 4,759 hit points. Second highest damage also went to the AMX M454 with 4,221. And the third highest damage in that game went to the Object 268 with 3,648. You can see Oksydor got 2,790. It's not a huge amount of damage, but it is big and certainly contributed towards that ace tanker. He got beaten by the E100 on the enemy team, who did get a cool headed and 3,627 hit points of damage. So he was beaten by 4 members of his own team, one member of the enemy team, puts him in 6th place on damage. When it came to kills, though, it was the AMX M454 and the Renegade who got the highest with 3 kills apiece. 2 kills went to the Scorpion G and also to the T69 on the enemy team. And we can see that Oksydor got 1 kill in the game, which puts him in the joint 3rd player position, you could say. When it came to base XP, though, he's right at the top, and obvious reasons. He was actually directing the battle by putting the shells in to stun all of those tanks at the top of the hill. 1,222 experience points from that game. He was the highest. 1,090 went to the E50, who unfortunately went a bit too far and got killed. But you can see how much more he was actually contributing. And they were the only 2 players who actually managed to make it over 1,000 base experience points in the game. 948 went to the 3rd place, which was the AMX M454. Oksydor only fired 10 rounds in the entire game, but he got 5 direct hits off the enemy and no penetrations. But look at this, 17 splash, 10 shots, 17 stuns, tanks splashed by the shells. So you can see he was hitting multiple tanks at the same time. 2,790 hit points, all of it at more than 300 meters. Damaged 7 of the enemy, killed 1. And 4,515 hit points of stun assist off 16 stuns. Yes, that's where he earned this one. And that's why he basically got the highest base XP, because effectively he was directing the battle. And his combined damage, well, you look at it, it's nearly 7,500 hit points of combined damage in the battle. And he only did that from 10 rounds in the entire game, but very well played, including, of course, getting that kill. 68,183 credits on a premium count. After resupply of ammunition and consumables, he still came out with a profit of 39,083 credits. 1,833 XP, no multipliers, so that's all the experience points he took away, but look at that. Lovely ace and Confederate, and he really did have a big impression on that battlefield, simply because the enemy made a big mistake and he capitalized on it. He put the shells in there to keep the guys stunned, and of course those down arrows, those target arrows saying hit that tank, really did have an effect because his teammates took advantage, and of course he picked up the benefit. So let's have a quick look at the 212A. Okay, basically KV-220 tank the other way around. It's a heavy tank, 60 millimeters on the front of the vehicle there, 75 millimeters there, but you can see big effective armor because of course it's angled metal, and you can see that the top of the tank is actually fairly weak. It's only 20 millimeters there, 30 millimeters there. At the back it's 20 millimeters, so it can be penetrated from above, but not so easy from the sides. The rear of the vehicle, 60 millimeters, but it's flat-sided, so that's all you're going to get, and 60 millimeters at the very rear as well. Again, they didn't produce this thing. It's a pity, because it would have been a good Arty. A totally enclosed one means you've got vents, and if you've got vents, you can have vent purge, and that massively improves the crew skills to make them work faster and harder. Anyway, let's have a quick look at the modules. Okay, there you go. Engine up front. The transmission, driver's the only one up front on this one. The gunner is on the right-hand side, tank commander on the left-hand side. He's got a radio operator behind him. 2 loaders sitting at the back with massive ammo racks. In fact, there's 4 ammo racks on this one. Or is it more than 4, actually, if you look at it? Because there's not only the slab-sided ones on the side of the vehicle, but there's ones inside the hull as well. The fuel tanks, not actually either side of the engine, as they are in most tanks. These ones are slightly further back and directly underneath where the howitzer is. Now, I suspect the reason for that was that they wanted to balance the vehicle adequately, so they actually placed the various components so that they would provide most of the heavy weight in the actual hull of the vehicle and balance it out, rather than having it high and causing problems. Again, as we say, it's a tier 7 hull, but basically in a tier 5 tank, but the Arty is a tier 9 with a gun that's actually can be found on a tier 7 Arty, which of course is on the SU-14-1. So there you go, that's where all the modules are. It's a heavy tank in reverse. So thanks very much again to Oksydor for sending in this replay. He actually does stream on a regular basis on Twitch, and I'll leave a link to his Twitch channel. I normally have his channel on one of my other computers whilst I'm actually doing the videos. So I'm not only watching him while I'm producing the videos, I'm watching him online as well. And occasionally he comes up with a real humdinger of the battle at the same time. So it's actually quite funny. I'm getting to watch two really very good videos at the same time. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give the video a like. Do subscribe to our channel. Leave a little comment down below because it feeds the algorithm. And thank you for watching.